What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, we have some insane leaks that came to us courtesy of JT Prime 17 tonight. Oh my god, guys, I skimmed through this list and I lost my mind at some of the stuff that's listed here. So we have stuff for 2026 Age of the Prime, Studio Series, Swapticons, and Cyberworld. And we also have some early listings for 2027 stuff coming out basically 2 years from now, which is absolutely insane. It seems like every year we get these listings for future releases sooner and sooner. So let's break this down and I'll give you guys my thoughts on everything as always. So we have some notes to start off here. No AOTP Titan in 2026. That's because Studio Series is getting its first Titan instead. AOTP will have 2 commanders instead. Comics is being introduced to Studio Series in 2027. Leader Hound, Swoop, SLP Prime, Fort Max, and Soundwave are super early 2027 listings. And then we get into some Age of the Prime stuff first. We have Voyager Swindle, Voyager Vector Prime, Deluxe Jalopy, Deluxe Joyride, Deluxe Tailgate, Deluxe Point Blank, Deluxe Fangry, Leader Armada Megatron, Leader Unicron Soldier, Leader Liege Maximo, and then we have the Commander 1, which is going to be Onslaught. Then we have Commander 2, which is unnamed, so we gotta speculate for another year or so on who that's going to be. I am fingers crossed that it is animated Lugnut, but I don't know. And then we get into some Age of the Primes exclusives. Retro Wheelie, Retro Outback, Selects Combiner, Selects Multipack, Timelines Optimus and Starscream, DTC Timelines 4, and Gen Sky, Gen SDCC1, Gen AOTP Sentinel Artifact Pack, and DTC Pro Pack, BW Predacon Multi-Pack, probably for the 30th anniversary of Beast Wars next year, Red Alert Minicon Pack. Are we just getting Red Alert's Minicon, or is it the Minicons for all the Armada characters, considering it's a multi-pack, it seems like? I don't know. And then Age of the Prime's Energon 4. Are we finally getting a new Energon figure, which would be amazing for me? We get into some Studio Series listings. We have our first Titan, which is unnamed here, so we gotta speculate for another year on who that's going to be. Then we have Studio Series Roleplay, Studio Series Leader 86 Blitzwing, Leader TF7 Scourge, Voyager 86 Cyclonus, Voyager TF4 Optimus Prime Evolution, which is his flat-nosed truck, Deluxe 86 Wheeljack, which is interesting, Deluxe TF4 Bumblebee, curious to see if that's either High Octane or the 2014 Camaro. Then we have TF1 Soundwave Deluxe, Leader 86 Swoop, Leader Comics Fort Max, Leader Comics Soundwave, Leader TF5 Hound, Leader 86 Optimus SL Sleep Mode. Oh, okay, Sleep Mode. So we're getting a dead Optimus in Studio Series. That is absolutely hilarious and sad and traumatic at the same time. Leader TF5 Megatron, Leader 86 Anniversary Megatron. And then we have a bunch of these Swapticon listings. Don't really care about that. That's a bunch of gimmick stuff, but it's cool to see. You got Tarantulas, Arachnia, Pterosaur, Laserbeak, Scorponok, Double Punch, Rhinox, Backstop, Ironhide, Ratchet. Seems like they're going for some 30th anniversary Beast Wars themed stuff, which is cool. And then we have a bunch of Cyberworld listings. Soundwave, Deep Sea Explorer, Ultimate Shockwave Dino, Ultimate Scourge Pirate Ship, Ultimate Hound Yeti, Armored Arachnid, Armored Ratchet, Armored Megatron Drill, CC Cheetor, CC Jazz. Finally, my boy Jazz getting something for Cyberworld. I'm hyped. CC Lockdown. Then we have a multi-pack, and then CC Primal Classic, CC OP Classic E, CC BB Off-Road E. It sounds like I'm talking in Star Wars droid language, but these are the actual listings. CC Megatron Bull E, Bully, Armor Arachnid Classic, Armor BB Classic E, and Armor OP Off-Road E. So yeah, that's it for Cyberworld, and that's it for all the listings that JT Prime leaked here. So let me break down some of the stuff that's going on here and what I think might be happening with some of the stuff that we're not sure about. This is just speculation again. I don't have any insider knowledge. Nobody came to me about anything prior to this video. I'm just speculating. So let's start off with the comic subline being introduced to Studio Series. This is something they've been talking about for years now. I'm pretty sure since like 2022, I covered that they were talking about this at San Diego Comic-Con when the designers were getting interviewed. So this has been a long time in the making. Finally seeing this in the line is amazing. I love it. And the characters that they picked for this, seemingly great picks. If that's IDW Fort Max, I mean, that's perfect. If that is IDW Fort Max, there was a leaked video I did a few months ago where they were debunked, but it seems like a lot of that stuff may be true considering Fort Max was on that list, and some other stuff came true on that list now too. So maybe that wasn't a fake leak and that wasn't a supposed clickbait on my part that some people were trying to say. Let's talk about the two Studio Series or two Age of the Primes commanders. That is something that we've been asking for the mainline generation stuff for so long, and the fact they're finally doing it is amazing. But unfortunately, it did come at a cost. No Age of the Primes Titan, and then Studio Series is getting its first Titan. So they kind of had to balance things out there, which I do understand. Voyager class Swindle, I absolutely love that he's going to be a Voyager. He's probably the best Combaticon besides Onslaught and the most popular one, so the fact he's getting that higher budget than a deluxe is great. Jalopy and Joyride, I'm not sure if those are going to be the G2 figures, because I'm pretty sure Jalopy is from G2 and he had like some weird, I don't know, like Jalopy has, he's such an obscure like D-list character. I really don't know what they're going to do for him. Joyride, it's probably going to be the G1 figure, but I also thought about a G2 Autobot that I'm pretty sure has the name Joyride as well. If I find it in the editing process, I'll pull it up here, but Tailgate is great. The Voyager Vector Prime, I'm not sure what they're going to do differently, considering it's rumored that there's going to be a leader class Vector Prime in the Galaxy Force Walmart subline this year, so that's going to be interesting to see how they handle another release of that Vector Prime next year. Point Blank, it's probably going to be that anime color scheme that I think was canceled. It was supposed to be like Generation Selects or something. And Fangry, I'm sure he's just going to be a reissue of that 4-pack that came out a few years ago. Leader Armada Megatron, probably just a reissue for the Armada stuff that's coming next year. Unicron Soldier. Now, I don't know what they could do for that. There's a couple different things that they could pull from. I'm drawing a blank on what exactly they could do, but there's been a lot of different variations of Unicron-type soldiers or clones throughout the years of Transformers. Maybe it could be something from like Transformers Prime. Maybe like a zombie of some sort would be kind of cool. Liege Maximo, definitely going to be the G2 version. Not much to say about Onslaught. We've talked about him a bunch of times. He's been rumored to be the commander for next year for a while now. Then Commander 2. My money is on Animated Lugnut, considering didn't he win like a fan vote for a figure to be made a couple years ago? So I'm guessing that's him, but it really could be anybody. It could be Thunderwing for all we know. The exclusives, I'm not surprised that they're continuing with the retro stuff. Wheelie and Outback, those are really good picks to me, and they may be new molds. I wouldn't be surprised if they are, considering we're getting a new mold for Sea Spray this year. The Combiner, I have no idea who that could be. Maybe it's a repaint of one of the Combiners that we're getting this year or next year. That would make sense. Maybe a multi-pack like what they did with the Stunticons a couple years ago. And then we have another multi-pack, which I would assume would be like a G1 Decepticon 4-pack, considering they already did a G1 Autobot 4-pack last year. Maybe they want to even things out. That would be cool at least. And then Timelines, Optimus, and Starscream. I'm assuming this is going to go in line with the Hearts of Steel subline that started this year. It could be maybe something from IDW, or maybe something obscure. It could be Transtech for all we know. That would be really cool. And then we have the 4th Timeline set, which is unnamed. Again, fingers crossed it's maybe something from Transtech. Gen Sky, I have no idea what that could be. It could literally be anything. SDCC 1, that's the exclusive for next year, it seems like. I'm assuming this may be for Skybound Optimus that I did a video on a couple of days ago. That pretty credible leaker. He's gotten like 80% of things right the last couple years, from what I've heard. So that may be the exclusive, but I don't know if that's even true or not. Plans could have changed. It could be something totally different. And then Sentinel Artifact Pack. Man, they could pack in so many different stuff. Like, is this a Sentinel Prime from Animated? Or, like, what could they be doing with an artifact pack for Sentinel? That is crazy. Like, they're doing stuff that I didn't even think they would even want to do. And then, I don't know what a Pro Pack is. Predacon multi-pack is probably just all of the Season 1 Predacons put into one box set, which is really nice, especially for the 30th anniversary of the cartoon next year. Red Alert Mini Con Pack. Now, it's interesting that's labeled Red Alert. I'm assuming what they're going to do is it's a mini-con pack for all of the Autobots and possibly Decepticons that they've done so far for Armada. But then they're packing in Red Alert as well, maybe as some sort of repaint, because that mold for Red Alert does have a few repaints they could pull from. It could be Inferno from the 2007 movie. Could be, I think he had a Universe repaint as well. And I think he had an Armada repaint too during that toy line. Energon 4, I really do hope it's something from the Energon cartoon, considering that show is getting treated like a redheaded stepchild the last few years since they've been doing multiple different timelines other than G1. But who knows, could be anything. Studio Series, I'm really excited on what the role play is, on what the Titan is going to be. I think the Titan may be, I don't know, maybe it could be like a combiner like Infernicus from The Last Night, or maybe DevCon. They're like 150 Titans, I could see that. Maybe a role play, it could be like Optimus's gun from the movies or something. Some of this stuff we already heard about. Evolution, the Evasion Mode Optimus and Bumblebee have been rumored for years now. I think that first became a rumor in like 2021, but it seems like it's been pushed back for a while now. 86 Wheeljack, I'm assuming he's going to be a new mold. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. If it's just a re-release of the Earthrise, I would be really disappointed, because that figure has been re-released so many times and it's shelf-warmed a few times as well, so that wouldn't be a good idea in Hasbro's part, I'd say. Evasion Mode Optimus, I'm so hyped for. I'm glad 86 Cyclonus is getting a reissue, same with Scourge, because he's so hard to find on the aftermarket now. TF4 Bumblebee, I hope it's the high octane one, but if it's the 2014 Camaro, I may take that as well. Fort Max, fingers crossed it's IDW. Soundwave, I'm assuming it's that Marvel Comics Soundwave that's been like delayed and rumored for like 2-3 years now. Leader TF5 Megatron, I'm really hyped for this. There's a lot they can improve upon from the last leader class we got of this design for Megatron, so here's hoping that actually turns out good, like on the level of, say, Dark of the Moon leader class Shockwave. And, you know, the re-releases here, the Sleep Mode and 86 Megatron, it makes sense for the 40th anniversary of the 86 movie. So, yeah, there's a ton of good stuff to speculate on and get hyped for next year and even 2027. So, yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below what y'all think about all these listings. Who do you guys think some of these unnamed listings are going to be? What era do you think some of these more D-list characters or unlabeled characters like the Unicron Soldier or Multi-Pack could be? And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!